Hello, everybody, and welcome to another series of episodes on Poland Daily Travel. We've got some really cool stuff in store for you. We're going northeast of Warsaw. We're going to go to Pultusk, which is on the beautiful Narew River. It's a great place to hang out in the summer with its 800-meter-long cobbled marketplace. This was once a major stopping-off place for coaches and commerce on the way from Warsaw to Vilnius. Heck, even Napoleon stayed here one night. Actually, it was 2 or 3 nights after the Battle of Pultusk. There's also a nice, affordable hotel in the castle with a very pleasant restaurant. There you can get all the Polish food you love to eat. From Pultusk, we head back to Serock, which is just a tiny village at the juncture, the confluence of the Bug and the Narew rivers. From there, the Bug and the Narew combine to make Lake Zegja, or the Zegja Reservoir. Talk about picturesque. I mean, you won't want to miss this when you come to Warsaw. If you want to see any nearby nature at all, well, you have a lot. There's the Campinos Forest as well. But this is well worth a trip. But watch out. A lot of people here in the summer. It's extremely popular. From the Zegja Reservoir, the combined rivers flow all the way to Modlin. Modlin's where the new modern airport is, the adjunct to the Chopin Airport in Warsaw, where you can get all kinds of, let's say, cheaper flights. And you can always stop off by the river and look at the Modlin Fortress. This is really impressive. First built by Napoleon and extended by the Russians, there are 2.5 kilometers of barracks. 20,000 troops would have once lived here. So this is an exciting group of episodes looking at something completely different, something unexpected, very near Warsaw. A strategic area for kings and princes over the centuries, and a strategic place for tourists today. Hope you enjoy it. Watch Poland Daily Travel. Why do we do it? We do it for you. I'm Will Richardson. Thanks for watching. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. We are on the Narew River in beautiful Pultusk. We're about 50 miles or 70-some kilometers from Warsaw, so not that far away from the capital, but it still feels like we're really far away. It feels like we're actually in the countryside, and that's the beautiful thing. It's easy to escape Warsaw and immediately find yourself in a more rural setting. I was going to say bucolic, but I'm not sure what that means. It sounds like I'm going to cough. Behind me is the Narew River, and this is heading to the east. If you follow this river, you will not only see some very, very beautiful countryside, but if you follow it for about 150 kilometers, you will come to, or maybe actually more, 200 kilometers to the border with Belarus. You're going to pass some fine sights on the way. And not only that, the Narew, flowing as it does from Belarus, right in the center, goes down here about another, 40 or 50 clicks until you arrive at the Vistula River. So you can see that once upon a time, this river certainly large enough to ship a lot of goods on. So it would have made Pultusk a very good jumping off point for trade since its beginning in the Middle Ages, early Middle Ages. But we're going to continue down the Narew. We're going to come to the next place, or certainly on our journey, Serock, which is where the Bug River, which is another beautiful river, where these two rivers, the Bug runs into the Narew, and then we'll go a little further on and see where the Narew, or the Bug Narew, as it's called by some people, as a combination, runs out of the lake at Zegja. It's a man-made lake that uses the waters of these two. As you can see, it's a fairly virile, and potent river. It's not a tiny stream. And those two run into the Vistula at Modlin, which happens to be, if you're flying to Warsaw, where there's one of the airports. So especially if you're doing the economy flights, like Wizz Air, they often fly EasyJet to Does EasyJet fly there? Well, these kind of airlines. Maybe EasyJet's only in the States. I can't remember. But this would be a jumping off point for you, which is where the great Narew and Bug rivers run into the Vistula in Modlin. So anyway, we're going to continue just a short look at the Narew River. The thing to do is come back in the summer and go on it in a kayak or a canoe, because as you can see, I mean, it's amazing. Can you imagine just being out there in your boat on a nice sunny day, paddling along? Fantastic. I've done it many times, and it's a lot of fun. And remember, Poland is a land of rivers and lakes. It's more that than a beach resort place. The beach on the Baltic is not necessarily, though beautiful, not necessarily the best place for bathing. At any rate, we will continue. We're in Pultusk on the Narew River. We'll continue this episode moving on down the line towards the Vistula River on the Narew. Stay with us. Right, and easy drive. Pultusk to Serock, about 15 kilometers. Here we are. Didn't take that long. You too can do it in the privacy of your own automobile, and or you can do it on a bicycle. Even it's not that far. And I know I'm in Serock because here it says 600 years of Serock, 1417 2017. So actually, we're right here in the town square, and we'll go down to the beach and see where I haven't seen this before. So it'll be interesting to see where the Bug is meeting the Narew on our Narew trip here. And look, if you're in Serock, or Serock, if you don't speak Polish, you just missed the Cabbage Festival. I don't know if it says Zapusty, which means cabbage, I think. But anyway, it's a folklore festival. The next big festival will be a ecological picnic. I don't know what that means. I guess it means a picnic outside, but that's where most picnics are. And then the Poland Bike Marathon. And then you can see, starting in June here, just tons of, I mean, there's something every week, all through the summer. So lots of fun. This place will be overrun with people using the rivers and going to the lake. There's a lot of boats. You're going to see that after a while. Okay, we're going to go down to the beach and see if we can find out where the Bug is meeting the Narew. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and here we are on the banks of the Narew and the Bug. You see the Bug River is coming in. It's pronounced Bug, but it's B-U-G, so it's bug for English speakers, and maybe for speakers in other languages like Swahili. I have no idea, but at any rate, there's the Bug River, and it's running in here. So you see what we have in effect here is suddenly it looks like a huge bay. And it's going to get much bigger because as we continue down there, as you'll see in the next installment, we're going to show you the lake at Zegja, which is really just a huge widening of the Bug and the Narew rivers. So this way is Pultusk. We came down here from Pultusk, and you can just see how much wider suddenly the river Narew becomes as it's making its way to the Vistula. So it's just going around this bend, joined by the Bug from over here. See the far bank behind me is actually a dike where I was walking about a month ago on the other side of the Bug River. Didn't know that because I came up on the other side of the lake and just happened to keep driving until I got there. There was no one around, completely deserted. It's a very sparsely populated area over there. A lot of marshes and a lot of tributaries cutting up the land all around here. So very popular seasonal holiday spot. Okay, here we are. We're at the juncture of the Narew and the Bug rivers here at Serock. What a nice day for doing it. It's not very crowded, very nice. We have a dog a neighborly dog who's keeping everybody straight with his warning barks. And you can tell he's a fierce animal from the noise he's making. At any rate, Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson. I'm in Serock. Stay tuned for the next installment. See you there.